What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for coming to check it out. Hopefully you stick around. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Help a sister out. And if you're feeling a little sassy and a little saucy, why not hit the notification button as well? That way you know when I come out with a video. This is gonna be kind of a random. I'm going to be prepping all of my meals for work today, so I'll show you guys some of that too, just kind of how I go about it. I feel like meal prep is one of those things that people overcomplicate, and I used to be one of them. I used to make like different meals for different work days, and it would like literally take me forever to meal prep, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I really streamlined it, and I pretty much eat like, I might make some modifications, but I essentially eat the same thing all week at work, and that honestly doesn't bother me. I could eat the same thing all the time and not get sick of it. So I'll show you guys some of that and what I'll be making for work. And I usually eat pretty similar things on work days, so it kind of gives you an idea of how I eat when I'm not at home all day. All right, so I'm going to start my meal prep. Like I said before, I pretty much eat the same thing all week when I'm at work. So I kind of just batch cook everything and then just measure it out for every single day. So this week for lunches, I'm gonna do jasmine rice and then broccoli, like a veggie blend, some zucchini, and then either chicken thigh meat or pork chop meat, and then some whipped cream cheese for fat and a little bit of salsa. That is gonna be my lunch all week long. So I'm gonna start out by cooking up my vegetables. I do a lot of frozen vegetables just for the sake of convenience, and I mean, honestly, frozen vegetables are cheap, and nutritionally they're about as good as fresh. So I'm gonna cook up a bag of broccoli and then this baby broccoli blend, which so then I'll split those between all 4 meals. And then I'm gonna cut up a couple of zucchini and cook those up, and then also split that up between the 4 days. So I'm gonna get the veggies started. All right, so my veggies are done. I have split them up between the 4 days. These are my 4 lunches. Chicken thighs, I just started. Those are on the stove. And then I have basmati rice that I cooked up yesterday. So I'm going to divide up the basmati rice between my 4 lunches. And then I also have pork chops that I cooked up yesterday. So I'm gonna add however much of that pork I'm gonna have to my meals. And then once the chicken's done, my lunches are done, and then we will move on and do breakfasts and snacks. All right, so I've got everything done for my lunches except for the chicken. So while the chicken is still cooking, I'm going to measure out everything for my breakfasts. And my go-to breakfast on work days has been overnight oats. It's super easy. I can make them all ahead of time. They're fine to be in the fridge all week. I don't have to worry about, having to warm up my food or anything once I get to work. It's something quick, it's easy, and something that I can eat when I get to work before my shift starts. So I have been pretty much making some version of the same thing every week, but basically I use rolled oats, PE Science protein for oats, and then I add almonds, chia seeds, banana, and just a little bit of water, and then plain Greek yogurt as kind of my like liquid for them. And then I've been topping it with some sort of nut butter and cinnamon, and I'll make all 4 right now and then stick them in the fridge and then just take them every morning when I leave for work. So I will show you guys how I do that. Super simple. I feel like everyone has some version of overnight oats that they make, but I'll just show you what that whole process looks like.
Driving down the wrong road, playing games and feeling low, messing with my mind. How'd you do it this time? Don't know where it all goes, leaving me behind. Can you take a step back? Tired of playing catch up. Would it really hurt you that much? It's right in front of your face. face, yeah, you look the wrong way. Can you feel my touch? But it feels like every time you look at me that way, you feel the love in your heart, but you don't know what to say.
Lunches and breakfasts are done for the week. Next, I'm gonna prep some snacks. So generally on a work day, I will eat a big breakfast, a big lunch, and then a couple of snacks, just because I realistically don't have time to eat a whole other meal while I'm there. So just eating quick grab and go things is a lot easier. So I'm gonna get those ready now. This took me a half an hour, so by the time I'm done snacks and stuff, I'd say meal prep for the week takes me about an hour total. So people who say they don't have time for meal prep, it's kind of a lame excuse. Like, if you can take an hour out of your week and be ready for 4 or 5 days, like, if you ask me, I'd say that's worth it. So prep some snacks and I'll show you guys what I'll be eating. All right, so I just finished up prepping my snacks, and all in all, this actually took me less than an hour, but I'll show you guys what my typical kind of work snacks are. I've got a couple of clementines, Quest bar. I try not to eat protein bars every day, so I try to limit myself to just a couple a week, just because, you know, there are better sources of protein. And then a serving of these, they're like rice chips with some hummus, a serving of hummus, and then also some apple slices. So yeah, that's a pretty typical like food scheme for a work week. Rice does tend to be my go-to like carb for lunchtime, but I'll also do, like last week I did pasta, sometimes I'll do gnocchi, I'll do potatoes. I vary it, but rice tends to be my go-to. So that is a typical meal prep for me. Like I said, took me about an hour to do all of that. So, you know, people who say that they don't have time for meal prep, it's kind of like the same thing for people who say they don't have time for exercise. Like, if you have an hour to sit and watch Netflix, you have an hour to meal prep. It really doesn't take any more than that. You know, it's not that hard to make healthy meals, and especially if you're on a budget, it's a lot cheaper to buy food and make your own meals than it is to go out to eat 4 or 5 days a week for lunch. So I'm gonna end this here. I know I haven't done a meal prep before for you guys, so I figured I might as well throw it out there. If you want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Either way, the feedback is always appreciated. As always, my contact info and my discount codes are in the description box. And that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.